What up and welcome to the Beneath the Dirt podcast. I'm your host, Bone. Thank you for tuning in. Episode 96 in full effect. Shout out to everybody tuned in. Much love. I appreciate everybody's support. Whether you like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, whatever. It's much appreciated. And you are the shit. And if you haven't checked out episode 95 last week, I had on the homies Robbie from Twiztid History, the Twiztid History Instagram page, and Joker's Gallery joined me for episode. We talked about Twiztid's Mad Season, whole bunch of other shit. Haven't had many guests on this year. It's been intentional, but I got to get the homies on every once in a while. So shout out to them and go peep that if you haven't checked it out yet. Great conversation, as I usually do have with both those dudes. So peep that shit. And if you ain't peeped this yet, you're doing yourself a disservice. Go check out the Beneath the Dirt anniversary playlist. Follow that shit on Apple Music, Spotify. It's up on YouTube. So if you're subscribed to YouTube, it's a playlist on my channel. This playlist is the shit. Every week I do it celebrating albums that had a birthday the previous week. This week we had, or last week's was Raekwon, DOC, Esham was on there, Snoop Dogg, and then it goes right into Twiztid. Snoop Dogg, Slow Down, going right into Twiztid. How does it feel? Fire. ICP was on there, Scarface, DJ Clay, Suicide Boys, Dr. Dre, and a whole bunch of other motherfuckers. Fire playlist. I bump it every week once I get it updated. Follow it, listen to it. I usually pick, I try to pick it so it'll flow good. I try to pick the best songs as well off the albums, but I try to make it flow as good as possible as well. I've been doing a pretty damn good job. Pat myself on the fucking back for that one. Shit's been fire, so go peep that if you ain't peeped it. Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube. Let's get into some new music this week right off the bat. Last week, I believe it was Wednesday, Slug and Murs. Slug of Atmosphere. Murs, Murs, formerly Estranged Music. He did the project with Mayday. It was the Murs Day project. They dropped a brand new single, Felt, called Name in Your Mouth. Name in Your Mouth. Felt. Slug and Murs dropped the single Fire, produced by Ant. Really dope. It's been quite a few years since the Felt 3 project came out, which was produced by A$AP Rock. I love that album. That's the only Felt project that I've heard. So seeing the single come out, I was like, God damn, I hope an album comes out. Lo and behold, on Friday, Felt for You came out. Slug and Murs, produced by Ant. This is the second album Ant produced for Felt. He produced one of the first two, can't remember which one. But this album, man, I've been playing this album nonstop since it dropped on Friday. This album is fucking dope. 12 songs, 40 minutes. Barely any features as they usually do on their projects. Blimes is on here. The Grouch, A$AP Rock, and Shepard Albertson all make appearances on this Felt 4 album. Ant's production, if you're familiar with Atmosphere, you already are aware of Ant's skill set on the boards, producing shit, making beats. Dude is amazing. Dude is mad underrated, in my opinion. And his production on here is so good. I love the instrumentation on here. Samples, everything he did production-wise is great. Slug and Murs, their chemistry is so good on this album as well. The back and forth between them on certain tracks, really dope. Love the songwriting. Some political shit on here. Some feel-good shit. A lot of family talk on here as well. This album is so good. Right off the rip, I've probably bumped this 10 times over the weekend. Not exaggerating, not lying. Just throw that shit on the house speakers. Going for a walk. I do a walk every day. And been bumping it. Been bumping the shit out of this album. Super dope. Peep it if you ain't peeped it yet. And the single Name in Your Mouth is not on this album, but it's also a banging ass track. Love the beat from Ant on there, but the album Felt For You. And also, not only did they drop the album, but on the iTunes hip hop charts, it came in at number 1 on the iTunes hip hop charts. Very dope. I don't know how Atmosphere and Murs normally does on the charts by themselves, but to see them come out number 1 with this album is super dope. I'm looking it up right now to see where they are as I'm recording it. They're no longer at number 1. They're at number 6 now. I'm recording this Sunday, 6:20 p.m. But they were holding down that number 1 spot for a little minute there, and now it's fresh to see. Peep this album, Felt For You. Felt, the number 4, You, Slug and Murs, absolutely kill it. Very dope project. And then we got, over the last couple weeks, we got a whole bunch of other music. We got a lot of shit to talk about today. You know, we got that Felt project, but I didn't really talk about new shit last week with Joker's Gallery and Robbie from the Twiztid History page. But 2 weeks back, Ill Bill dropped the single with Gore-Tex, now known as Lord Goat, and Sabak Red. Song is called Burn the City Down. Nonfiction, first song in 16, 15 years, 14 years? I forget what it was. I think he said the last track was recorded in 2004. This shit is dope. It's very rough. The recording on this shit is rough. I don't know if it's the final mix for the album or not, or if it's just something that they wanted to put out. They said, or Ill Bill said it's the last single that he recorded for his new album that is coming out. I think I discussed that when we were talking about the album dropping a couple weeks back. Peep this single. Ill Bill, one of my favorites in the underground, as usual. Stay repeating myself. But this track is dope. Sabak and Lord Goat, bring it on here. Very dope. Hype for that Ill Bill album. It is going to be dope. Can't wait for that shit to drop. And then we got a Run the Jewels single with Travis Barker. Travis Barker produced a new single with Run the Jewels called Forever. I bumped it once, and it's cool. I don't know what else to say other than that, but if you're a Run the Jewels fan or even a Travis Barker fan, go peep that shit out for sure. The Run the Jewels 4 album has been out now for a couple months. I think it's a little overhyped, but it's a good album. I bumped it again last week. New single with Travis Barker is out there on all DSPs, Spotify, Apple Music, all that shit. And let's get into some Griselda shit. It seems like I'm talking about Griselda every fucking episode. These dudes stay busy, stay putting out new music, stay making moves, merch drops, all that. Griselda taking over 2020. Fucking A. Couple weeks back, Benny the Butcher. Now, this isn't directly Griselda related, but this is through his label or his group, Black Soprano Family. They dropped their project with DJ Drama. And I don't know. This project's okay. It's not as good as I thought it was going to be. It's just okay to me. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination because Benny's all over it. I like the dude, Rick Heem, or Rick Hyde, I'm sorry. And then you got Heem. I'm all fucked up. But standout tracks on here, Quarantine's Fire, Benny the Butcher, The Mob, I believe that was the first single that they put out. And It's Over, the last track on the album. It's okay, nothing special. I'm still waiting for Benny the Butcher to drop a full-on solo project. It's been well over a year since the Plugs I Met dropped. Waiting for new solo Benny. But peep this if you ain't peeped it out. Black Soprano Family, The Gangsta Grills mixtape, Benny the Butcher, DJ Drama. Newer. She got signed a couple months back. Marnie Caesar dropped a brand new single, Simply Done, featuring Benny the Butcher. This is her first single with Griselda Records, produced by DJ Premier. I did peep the track. The beat's hot. Love DJ Premier. DJ Premier is just legendary. Benny the Butcher brings it on here. Amani does her thing on here, but I'm not going to peep her album when it comes out, anything like that. I don't know. But it's better than, her shit sounding better than like Cardi B shit, Meg the Stallion shit, Nicki shit, like all that ignorant, just stupid club. I don't even know what the fuck. Ratchet shit. I don't even know. But this shit sounded better, mainly because DJ Premier doing the production on it. So peep that. Brand new artist. Not brand new artist, but newest signee to Griselda Records. Boldy James signed to Griselda. And he got his new album, the Versace tape, dropping this Friday. He's dropping his new tape this Friday. I'm not familiar with Boldy James. I've never listened to any of his albums. I've heard of him. I've probably heard a few features here and there. Nothing I could think of off the top of my head. I'm curious. I love the album cover. Typical Griselda shit. I think it's like 10 tracks. I saw the track list for it. I don't have it here right now. Dropping this Friday. Boldy James, newest Griselda artist. It's dope to see them branching out of the Buffalo shit and reaching into other territories. I think this dude's out of Detroit. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But Boldy James dropping this Friday. And then we got Westside Gunn finally dropping his new album, Who Made the Sunshine, his Shady Records label debut, dropping 8/28 in just about 2.5 weeks now. Finally, dude's dropping a project on Shady Records. We did get the What Would Sheen Gun Do album late 2019. One of the best projects released last year. That was Westside, Benny, and Conway. All three of them fucking killed it. Entirely produced by Derringer and the Beat Butcher. Fire. But Who Made the Sunshine dropping 8/28. We know Conway's got God Don't Make Mistakes dropping, hopefully, this year through Shady. Shady don't not be doing much promotion for these Griselda dudes. But that's what fucking Shady Records does. Like, it's just major label bullshit. Dudes are better off by themselves, if you ask me. But speaking of Conway the Machine came out, dropped a brand new single off his next album, From King to a God, the album before the album. He dropped Lemon, featuring Method Man, produced by Derringer and Beat Butcher. Fire. Love this track. Can we get some more Method Man on some Derringer and Beat Butcher, please? Like, this is how I want Method Man to sound. I haven't heard Method Man sound like this in a minute. And I'm not sure who does his production, anything like that. But him over Derringer and Beat Butcher is super dope. Conway comes correct as a motherfucker on here. Love the artwork. You got Conway's face right there. The woo sign upside down. Fire. Peep this single if you ain't peeped it. Conway is that dude. I've been saying Conway is Griselda's MVP of 2020, or he's gonna be. And he's holding it down. His project with Big Ghost is one of my favorite projects this year. No One Mourns the Wicked. Peep that shit. And then he drops the cover art from King to a God. He's got the fucking crown on here. Super dope. Trying to kill a bug. My bad. He's got the FKTG crown on his head. I love this cover art. It's kind of just simple, but dope. As usually is with all Griselda's artwork. These dudes kill it with the artwork. Love it. From King to a God. And then we got the track list right here for the album. 11 tracks. We got features from Dej Loaf, Method Man, as we just spoke of. I don't know how to fucking speak, apparently. Havoc. This track right here, I want to hear that. This, like, Havoc, Lloyd Banks, and Flea Lord, produced by Havoc. Song is called Juvenile Hell. I want to hear that track right there. That shit Havoc, some Havoc production with him on it, and Lloyd Banks and Flea Lord. God damn. Production on here from Derringer, Beat Butcher, Alchemist. Eric Sermon does the last track, Forever Drop of Tears, featuring El Camino. Freddie Gibbs makes an appearance. West Side Gun and Benny the Butcher also make appearances. I'm Ready. Hit Boy does a beat on here as well. I don't like to judge albums off track listings, but fuck, man. Juvenile Hell featuring Havoc, Lloyd Banks, and Flea Lord. Can I get that shit like now, son? Can I get that shit like now? Goddamn. From King to a God. I don't know if we have a release date for it. I could look it up right now, but fuck it. Dropping soon. I'll be talking about it anyway when it does drop. Definitely looking forward to that shit. And Griselda, definitely looking like they be taking over 2020. Everything that they're doing this year, all the drops, merch drops, music releases. I think West Side Gun already put fucking 3 projects out this year. Conway done put out 2, getting ready to drop 2 more. But, Griselda affiliate, we were just speaking of them, Flea Lord. This dropped 2 weeks back. Flea Lord's newest EP. This dude's dropping a fucking project every month for 2020. He keeps saying he's going 12 for 12. And he just dropped The People's Champ, produced by Pete Rock. And straight out the gate, this is one of the fucking hardest, one of my favorite releases this year. I peeped out a couple of his other projects that he put out this year. Namely, Hand Me My Flowers is one of my favorite projects this year as well. That was produced by Buck Wild of DITC. But this shit right here is even better than Hand Me My Flowers. So if you went and listened to Hand Me My Flowers based off my recommendation, I highly recommend you peep this People's Champ because this shit is even better. Pete Rock's production on here, grimy as fuck. Flea Lord kills it. It's short as hell. It's like 10 tracks coming in at 20 minutes. But goddamn, play that shit. Put it on repeat. This shit is fire. Super dope. Definitely gonna be a top 10 release for me this year. Peep this project. Flea Lord is that dude. And I'm just recently getting onto his shit. I've been heard of him because of his Griselda affiliations and hearing him on, tracks that they've done together. But this is this year with these projects that he's putting out, this is the first time I'm really diving into his solo shit, and I'm not regretting it at all. Dude is very dope. Love his voice. Kind of reminds me of some like Sticky Fingers kind of shit. The raspy kind of voice. So peep that, because that shit is fire, son. Fire. And then we got some new Flatbush Zombies. Flatbush Zombies dropped a new single, I believe, this past Friday. I'm looking up the name of it right now. Afterlife. Love the cover art. It's like an x-ray of a pregnant chick, the baby in the fucking stomach, uterus, womb. I don't know female anatomy like that, you know what I mean? Fuck. But anyway, Flatbush Zombies, Afterlife dropped. I did bump it once. These dudes are pretty consistent. Ever since I started bumping them when their first album dropped a couple years back, these dudes seem pretty consistent. They were always putting out shit that I like. And this new track, Afterlife, is dope. Go peep it if you ain't peeped it. Available everywhere. DJ Hoppa, formerly of Funk Volume, he dropped his newest project, Hoppa and Friends 2. And I haven't got a chance to peep this. I've been bumping that Felt 4. Go bump that Felt 4 if you ain't done it yet. But I've been bumping that shit like crazy. So I haven't got a chance to listen to this. But he got crazy features on here. Chris Webby, Jaron Benton, Demrick, Marlon Craft, Greaves. Ras Cass is on here. Wax. Dizzy Wright. Swizz. Hobson's even on here. UBI Obsessed Crew. Recognize. DJ Hoppa probably produced this entire album. He does dope production. Haven't got a chance to peep it out yet. I will at some point. I'm curious to hear the tracks, more specifically with Jaron Ben and Hobson. But Hoppa and Friends 2 is out there right now. So go peep that shit. And let's get into some Juggalo shit, shall we? Lex the Hexmaster. You know, we talked about Lex last week on last week's episode with Twiztid History and Joker's Gallery. How he's supposed to be dropping all 4 parts of the Party Castle series in 2020. He's got like 4 more months left to do it. But we got a brand new single dropping this Friday called Be Gone. Love the cover art on here. Rocking some kind of ski mask. Got the pistol in his hand. Flames in the background. Is this a single from Party Castle episode 2? I guess only time will tell. I'm just going to assume that it'll be off the next installment of the Party Castle series. That Party Castle episode 1 is fire. Peep that shit. And we'll be talking about this single next week after I listen to it. But this Friday, new Lex the Hexmaster, if you didn't know. And then this past Friday, Twiztid and Young Wicked. I think it was either Joker's Gallery or Twiztid History. One of them said it. I wasn't expecting, they said they weren't expecting to have Twiztid and Young Wicked be their new favorite group of 2020, but it's true. Their collaborations, everything they did on Mad Season, the last single that they dropped, can't remember the name off the top, has been fire. I haven't listened to this single. I was thinking about doing a reaction video. A couple people hit me up asking and suggesting that I should do reaction videos, excuse me, to new songs, albums, something like that. I thought it was a good idea. I was thinking about doing it to this song. I haven't done it yet. I haven't listened to it yet, so I could still do it to get a genuine reaction. Apparently, there's auto-tune. I'm hearing a lot of people complain about auto-tune on here from Young Wicked. I fuck with the auto-tune, son. I bump Young Thug. I bump some of that Ignorant Trap shit, Future, a little bit here and there. So I get down with that auto-tune shit every once in a while. So I'll probably welcome it. I do see a lot of love for the track. The main complaint is the auto-tune on here. So, the one spoiler I do have is that auto-tune is on the track. But the cover art is fucking fire. I love how their faces are hanging on the clothesline. I actually liked it better when it was black and white. I thought the black and white, when they first put it up, saying that the song was coming soon, I thought that looked dope. With the color, looks cool. Black and white look better. But I can't wait to bump it. I'm only going to assume it's going to be a single off whatever next project Twiztid's putting out. So if I do a reaction video for this song, that'll be the only time I listen to it. The last song that they put out, Laughable, that's the name of it, I only listened to it once. Because Mad Season, half them tracks were singles, and I fucking knew the words to them shits before the album even dropped, and I ain't trying to do that again before the next album. But the cover art's fresh. I heard this, I'm hearing some love for it. Auto-tune complaints. I don't know. I bet it's fucking fire. I heard Monoxide kills it again. Give us that Monoxide solo album. And let's get it. Twiztid Young Wicked. Hold on. Out now. And keeping it MNE. Alla Xul Elu last week. I don't know if this is the cover art or just promotion. But we got the name of the brand new Alla Xul Elu album. It's called Mausoleum, motherfucker. Mausoleum. October 2020. Finally, it's been damn near 2 years since the Almighty dropped, and we are finally getting the next full-length project from Billy Obey, Joe Black, Lee Carver, Mausoleum, dropping 2020. I'm hyped as fuck for it. Produced by Slasher Dave. I don't know, because his production doesn't seem like it would fit the Zool Boys style, but I'm sure they got him on the boom bap shit, or at least I hope so. So I'm hyped for that. And then Billy Obey took to Facebook under his personal Facebook account. And just a couple days after they announced the album Mausoleum coming 2020, he wrote Axe is dead, hashtag the end. So just like that, Alla Xul Elu is fucking done. They're done. It's over. They're dead. The group is over. They're broken up forever. It's fucking... I don't know what to do. What the fuck? You're gonna give us the announcement for the album and then break up? Nah, son. You gotta be dead to go to the mausoleum, like the homie Joker's Gallery pointed out. You use your fucking brain. Of course they're dead. They're going to the mausoleum. I posted this up on social media, like Billy Obey took to Facebook and said Axe is dead. Can you believe Axe is done, or some shit like that? Kind of suggesting that the group is done. A lot of people were upset. I don't know if people know how to put two and two together, or if they just don't know how to put two and two together. But you got to be dead to go to the mausoleum, October 2020. The most anticipated horrorcore wicked shit project of 2020 for me personally, like without a doubt. The most anticipated wicked shit project to drop 2020. Fucking love Zool. Got the mask in the background. You can kind of see it. It's being blocked by the graphic right there. I got that 2.1. Fuck it. Let me grab it real quick. Show it off. These dudes dropping these fucking masks. Look at this shit. I know this ain't a fucking show and tell podcast. And if you're listening to this, you can't even fucking... if you're listening to this on iTunes, you can't even fucking see it. But just know that this mask is fucking devastating. And Tom Martino, who does this mask, who makes all of Alla Xul Elu shit, is fucking... his craftsmanship is on another level. Dude's super talented. And as I throw my $100-some-odd fucking mask on my table over there. But Alla Xul Elu is in fact not dead, but they are to go to the mausoleum. The group is not over, but you have to be dead to go to the mausoleum. And let's get into some more new shit. Tech Nine took to social media. If you remember the KOD album, he had the lost scripts of KOD, Seepage. It was all tracks that didn't make the KOD album. Apparently, he made the announcement before Enter Fear came out that there are songs left over that he's going to put out for an EP. I don't remember that. Someone pointed it out to me when I did post this album cover up. But we got more Fear coming out, a new EP of tracks that didn't make the album Enter Fear. I'm going to be pissed if the songs on this album are better than like the weaker songs on Enter Fear. I already saw Hobson as a feature on one of the songs on this EP. Why the fuck didn't that make the album? Like, Hobson should automatically make an album cut, not a fucking leftover EP. The Enter Fear album was just okay to me. It started out really good. The first third of that album started out very strong, and then just kind of fucking died and withered out and just crawled its way to a slow death in the fucking corner of the fucking Strange factory. One of the buildings that they got. But more Fear is coming out. No release date as of yet. But Tech Nine making some features. And he did a feature with Corey Taylor on Corey Taylor's new album, Corey Taylor of Slipknot. his album CMFT, the Country Music Channel Championship belt, as we were talking about last week. I did get a chance to listen to this song, and it sucks. It's ass. It's not good. It's not good. I don't know what the fuck Corey Taylor's doing. I'm not going to listen to his album. Stone Sour. I like Stone Sour, but that shit is even kind of pushing it for me. That mainstream kind of rock kind of sound. But I don't know what the fuck he's doing. This single, it was ass. I didn't like it. And speaking of more ass, Tech Nine did a feature with Hollywood Undead. I haven't listened to Hollywood Undead since their first album, Swan Songs. And then they kicked out their original singer, who actually fucking was the glue to that fucking album and made that album as good as it was. His production, his singing, as questionable as it might be, really fucking made that album what it was. Everything they did after that was fucking garbage ass. Tech did a song with them, garbage ass. I ain't talking about it no more. But Strange Music artist Stevie Stone put out his new album. Am I going too fast? Am I just glossing over the shit? Fuck it. Stevie Stone dropped his new album, Black Lion. It's out now. I never listened to any of the EPs, but I will listen to this album at some point. Stevie Stone is that dude that, for whatever reason, isn't bigger than he should be or as popular as I think he should be. Even though I'm not that familiar with his shit, I feel like this dude, his voice, the way he puts songs together, is super dope. His project with JL was fire. That was a really good project. I'll peep this at some point. Black Lion, out now on all streaming service platforms. And what's the next thing we got right here? Keeping It Strange Music. About to wrap this fucking bitch up. We're nearing the end of the show. I talked about it a few months ago. I had a little fucking birdie hit me up and give me the heads up about this Saigon thing with Strange Music sub-label It Goes Up Entertainment. I said It Goes Up Entertainment signed Saigon. It's been confirmed Saigon is on It Goes Up Entertainment. So I know my shit. I got my sources. You know what I'm saying. But he signed to It Goes Up Entertainment. Saigon been around forever. His new album dropping in 2 weeks, 8/28. The album is called 777, The Resurrection. This dude hasn't put out an album in mad long. He had The Greatest Story Never Told that came out on Suburban Noise Records, which was fucking random as hell for Saigon to be signed to Suburban Noise Records, Cottonmouth King shit. But now he's rocking with Strange Music and It Goes Up Entertainment. New album. And he's got a new single, Bullets 19. He said that's going to be the first single off the album, coming soon. Didn't give a release date for the single. I would imagine this week, if the album's coming out in a couple weeks, I would imagine that shit's probably going to drop this week. But I know my shit. I got my sources. I got the people to give me a heads up. And I appreciate that shit. And yeah, that's going to wrap it up for me. Saigon, confirmed on It Goes Up Entertainment. I talked about it at least 3-4 months ago. But go peep that new Twiztid. Peep that new Flea Lord Pete Rock project. That shit is insanely good. And then that Felt For You, Murs and Slug absolutely brought it on there. Ant with the production was fucking amazing. Go peep my fucking playlist on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube. Just type in Beneath the Dirt. You should be able to find it. And thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. An upcoming episode. Where the fuck is ICP? What's ICP doing? They gave us a playlist this week. That's it. I'm Rome Boner of the Beneath the Dirt podcast. I'm out.